Could you talk a little bit about the importance of the win and also your defense and how they play?
Well, it's a big step. Obviously every step's important, but this was a big one. Puts us 4 points clear of LA. Our goal is to not just limp in the playoffs, but to get in a good position, hopefully in the top 3. We're going to avoid the playing game. So from that standpoint, it was a big step. It also was a big step for this club, just moving forward, to continue to prove that we can beat anybody. That team, they were full strength. The top guys in there, they clearly came to play. They knew what was at stake. They knew the importance of this game, and that was reflected in their performance. We knew it would be a tight game. High-level soccer games, when you got 2 good teams trying to, do the same thing, press and to some extent push the game, it becomes, 2 alpha dogs, button heads, and that's what it looked like. It was choppy at times, but it was, for me, it was very mature out of our guys the way we managed it. Found a goal. I said at halftime that it might just take one. Either way, fortunately, we found the goal and then we defended well. Our back 4 was extremely tight in managing their very talented players. Keenan Donovan, they had a few shots, but they didn't have many great looks at all on the day. We didn't have many as well, but we need to do better finding the second goal. We had chances, clear chances to find the second goal. That would have given us a little more breathing room. But in the end, if you can't find the second goal, similar to Colorado, you got to make sure you don't give up the goal. And I thought we did that and got the win because of it.
Can you talk specifically about how you guys on defense were able to subdue Donovan and King?
I think we just did it with collective defending. Obviously, when guys are isolated individually, they did well, but mostly we were just very organized defensively. And I thought we pressed enough in the front part of our shape that we didn't allow them to really get a ton of the ball in terms of quality actions. But then also in the back part of our team, we didn't open up space. And those guys with time and space, they can really hurt you. And our goal was in that back 4 to not give them many gaps. And I thought obviously Chara and Johnson, they chipped in as well, being connected. Those back 6 guys really were tight and organized and disciplined. And, again, they didn't get loose much at all.
Caleb, your next couple of games are Cascadia Cup games. And since you've been here, you've sort of downplayed the rivalries a little bit in terms of, saying every game's important and that sort of thing. Was that a conscious decision? How do you think that's helped the team in playing in those games?
Well, I didn't downplay it. It's important, But what I did say was that every game is important. So by saying that, I'm not downplaying the rivalry. The rivalry is very important. It's important to us. It's important to our supporters. Anytime you play, Vancouver or Seattle, it's a big game. But my point in saying that every game's big is that we don't want to play up those games so much that they're more important than other games. The reality is when you don't have much to hang your hat on, those games become more important, like last year. And we don't want to be in a situation where all we're playing for is Cascadia Cup.
Caleb, how proud are you of the team? It was late in the season, a few games left. They keep getting big results.
I told the guys, first thing I said is we still got work to do. Okay, so I don't want to take away your joy in this game. You got to let them enjoy it, but we still have work to do. We're not done yet. And what I like about this group is, they believe they could beat this team and win this game, and that's why when I talk to them after the game, they're not doing cartwheels. They believed, and maybe we're the only ones in that locker room that really believe this is not a surprising result. At least for every one of us in the locker room. It might be for other people, but you look at our body of work over the course of the season and there's no reason why we couldn't win this game. And that's a good thing. You can pinch results in soccer, but if you do it against the run or if you do it when you're not the better team, that ends up ultimately leading to you falling short somewhere. This team has a real belief that we can do something special here this year.
Caleb, I know you were high on on Maxie before he got here. And that was world class, that goal. Were you aware he was capable of that? Was that corner kick drawn up for him at the near post?
Yeah, he's a finisher. I mean, he's you know, and listen, again, it's not just the goal, but the amount of ground he covered in pressing their central defenders. You know, I haven't seen the GPS, and we'll look at all that stuff, that data, but you know, he worked tirelessly the entire night to be a nuisance on their central defenders, and that's huge in this system. When you play a 4-3-3, you need your number 9. If you're going to be a pressing team, you need your number 9 to put the work in and make it predictable and chop the field, and you know, he did that.
When you look at Jack and Footy and Diego all playing the entire game, how close is this team to being healthy going forward now?
Well, we still have a few guys that are coming back. You know, obviously Valeri's still not there, but getting closer. You know, he is still a little sore, but you know, he's capable of starting and playing like he did. You know, 75, 80 minutes. Hopefully, we get him to a point where he can play 90. Picquion's still coming back, so he's not healthy, but we're getting close. You know, and I think you've seen that in our performances. Really, the only reason that we started dropping points is that we weren't healthy. You know, I never made that excuse. The reality is that was a big factor. You look at any team, you chop off some of their top 4 or 5 guys. You know, in MLS, when you have to build your roster a certain way because of the cap, you're not going to be the same team. You start dropping off 4 or 5 guys, and you know, we had in a lot of games Johnson out, Chara out, both of them out. You know, we had different guys at different times that weren't in there. You know, you're not going to be the same team. So, nice thing is our guys did a good job and still managed to get some points, you know, during that lull. But here we are now, we're full strength, and I think you've seen that, you know, in the last 4 games. You know, it's 3 wins and a draw.
Coach, can you talk about the impact Jack Dewsbury has had in coming back to form?
I thought it was great tonight. I mean, he's going against a world-class athlete, Zardes, and he didn't lose much. You know, it's just because he's smart. You know, he's an experienced player. You know, he's a salty dog, and he knows how to get it done some way. So, you know, Footy as well. And Footy had a few moments on the ball that's scary, but defensively it was tremendous. You know, him and Ka. It's probably the best game Ka's played. Also, thought it was very good today. And Mikey, you know, he's probably played more minutes than anybody. So there's a lot of experience in that back line, and you know, we'll find a goal somewhere. Maybe we find one. Hopefully it's more than that. But in the end, if we don't give up goals, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
Can you talk about your ability to recover? The few times you guys gave away balls, especially near goal, with some of the guys you were talking about, Ka and the back line.
We worked a lot on all week our transition, you know, and I thought, you know, especially in the back 6 guys, when the ball turned over, LA's used to opening you up in those maybe 4 or 5 seconds after they win the ball, and we worked on all week making sure that when we did lose the ball that we got connected quick and made them play in front of us. You know, we didn't give them gaps in between the center backs and the outside backs, which is typically the space that Keenan Donovan will pull into, and you know, they'll knife you. So we wanted to be real tight in that back 4, and then also we needed Chara and Johnson to help at times plug that hole, because those guys look to check and get in those spaces in front of the central defenders. And you know, we worked on that all week, and I thought it, you know, paid off. But you know, more than the work, it was the guys getting it done on the day, making plays and executing.
Thanks, everyone. Locker room's open.